Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about opportunity and productivity. What is the tie between imagining a world, living in a world where you live in a space, you experience a space of opportunity, and how that particular uh, mindset impacts your ability to let abundance manifest for yourself, your family, and your community. So, a really powerful show today. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. We also, of course, speak to and help individuals help themselves who are looking to upgrade the level of productivity. All right, let's dive into the topic. So, again, for those of you who are new, allow me to say a few words about myself first. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called My People, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is out just now. This came out um, a few days ago, officially available everywhere. Um, it's a book set 13 miles from Ferguson, where Michael Brown was murdered, and of course the conflagration that ensued there as well. I am also the um, author of. I'm also the current president of the board of the World Stage, a literary and jazz nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit based here in Los Angeles. 7 days of programming, really powerful organization, grassroots for a real long time, doing extraordinary work in Leimert Park, which is an African American arts enclave um, here in Los Angeles. Here in Los Angeles, you can go to theworldstage.org to learn more about that. If you have children, we have a whole youth program, uh, adult programs. If you live in Los Angeles and have children, or you're an adult who's into literature and to jazz, certainly check us out, theworldstage.org. All right. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English lit uh, here in Los Angeles at Loyola Marymount University, here in California. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I'm the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful and amazing single divorcee, yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. So difficult times for the young MD, yet as cool Modi famously said, how you like me now. And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show. And that in many ways inspires the show, this business, our work to help people help themselves. Because we know what it is like to come through difficulty, through hardship. And if people like us can come through difficulty and hardship and have some abundant success in a holistic way, meaning family, friends, community, so can many of us who are watching the show. And so we really are excited to work with people in particular who um, are really ready for some change, as the song says. I'm ready for my change. All right, guys. So thanks for being here. Let's dive in. On the morning show, we like to touch on the ideal of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. As we know, at times we wake up with trouble in our mind, and that trouble can follow us throughout our day. It can be on our mind. Um, and that trouble oftentimes is attached to stress. And as we know from modern science, stress can absolutely kill you. It can destabilize the body, make the body unwell. And so we know that is true for most people, probably most adults, and certainly for those who are living lives as entrepreneurs or just non-traditional lives, artists or other folks who are just outside the box. You're going to have more stress. That's a thing. That is a thing. So we like to think about this in terms of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as doing the same thing at around the same time. So let me give you a brief sense of my morning ritual to serve as an exemplar. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:30 a.m., including this hella early morning. Read a couple of spiritual indoor business books. Do our show right now at 4:45. Um, at 5, I work on my current book until sunrise, and at sunrise, I walk out to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I meditate, I pray, I do yoga. I come back, work on my current book for a while longer, um, and then go back out to the beach to run up the coast past Santa Monica Superior all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, Gold's Gym, to get my workout in, to get my buff on. Guys, so by 10:30 or so, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and that endorphin release gives me a sense of euphoria that I can then leverage to move myself towards my goals and objectives. We're not saying do what I do, although you're certainly welcome to join me one day or whenever. Uh, we're saying do what you do, and we help individuals figure out what would be an interesting and powerful morning ritual that they can engage in that can really help them go to the next level. So, as a part of my own personal program, I'm reading 3 great books now. I'm reading a book called Cash in the Flash, which is a book about spirituality and entrepreneurial exploits and strategies. I'm reading a book called Owning the Moment, which is about what it sounds like. It's about just being in that moment and owning it, which is really important. I'm also reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader right now, which is a book, kind of a compendium of early Gnostic, so-called gnosis or knowledge literature from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd centuries. Oftentimes about the early life of Jesus Christ, which is really interesting. And part of these other so-called, as you may have heard, the so-called lost books of the Bible, which is must read, must read stuff. Uh, if you are a fan of Jesus, as I am, although my boy D Black would always say, people are always lying on Jesus. If we can kind of separate some of the mythology from just by doing our own research, you can, because Jesus, even his name is controversial. But anyway, yeah. So I think it's important to, certainly, if you are into that type of work, to do your own reading around it, so you can have a more complete understanding about what that part of the historical Jesus' life is like. Right? If you believe that existed, he existed. So I happen to believe that. I mean, based on the historical record, that seems to be the case. Anyway, from those books I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. So today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I live in a world of opportunity. So I let abundance manifest for myself, my family, and my community. So I think about that particular reading for today. Throughout my day, I place it on my phone, for example, and I just contemplate it. I've had some really great readings lately, so I've been really getting some insight, which is great. Because once you get insight, you can begin to apply it, and that's when life begins to change. Because when the insight comes, it's coming from the primordial, the original, that's the real OG, the OG, original God, the Spirit, and if that's what's guiding you, life's gonna be good. I'll leave it at that. So today we're talking about opportunity and productivity. You can go to productive through joy.com to see about us and check in. All right, see if you can. If we can help you yourself. Let's dive in. And so point 1 is, you want to be able to see opportunity all around you, and Cash in the Flash today, which is a thing that it recommends, that I think I've been doing lately. As I drive, through LA, picking my babies up from school and all that stuff that we do as parents, I've been looking at the real estate, right, and seeing these homes, apartments, buildings, large commercial buildings, as just opportunities. Someone owns, needs to sell, has these buildings. Why can't that owner be me or you? That's point 1, is seeing that opportunity all around you. Point 2 is, you want to live in it. There's an icon called the Uchad in the ancient Egyptian or the Kemetic belief system, where it's an eye. It's in the eye, which, and this came to me yesterday, it's living in a space where you're seeing the world from that perspective, the so-called third eye, right? Where you're living in a space where you want to be, not simply visualizing, which goes into point 3, which is, you want to, as you begin to see yourself living in abundance and opportunity, that's what's going to manifest. Boom. Go to Dynamite to hear more from this brief teaser. Go to productivethroughjoy.com. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.